What is 2024 going to bring for self-petitioners of green cards like EB2 NIW and EB1A? Hi, my name is Oscar. I'm not a lawyer, and in this channel, I cover green cards like EB2 NIW or EB1A, green cards in which you can self-petition. That means that you don't need to have a job offer, you don't need to have a company sponsoring you, and you can even do it without a lawyer, saving quite a bit of money. In this episode, we're going to cover 2024. I have a watch list of items that I want to keep track of because they are important things that may affect your green card process that are likely to happen in 2024. So this is not a prediction video, okay? If you know me, you have been watching a few videos, you know I hate predictions for the Visa Bulletin and all that, but I do like reading trends. I do like anticipating what is likely to happen. Everything is about probabilities. So with no further ado, let's take a look at my other screen and let's start with item number 1 out of 5. I have 5 items that I'm going to cover. Number 1 is USCIS fees. Last year I made a video like this one, a watch list for 2023, and I said, based on what I'm reading from USCIS, fees are going to go up soon. We had a few indications even from the director of USCIS, and that actually happened just a few days after I published that video. So they announced it, and now we are still in the process of a fee hike. So early 2023, I think actually January 2023, they announced that increase. Process is still happening, and we are scheduled to see that approval coming in 2024. So if you were wondering, well, it's been a while since Oscar covered this, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that the process is slow and there were no news about it, but we are about to see some news. And you don't have to trust me as usual. I bring you official data. So from this website that I leave a link in the description below, you can see how the final action for this fee increase is scheduled or is predicted to happen in March. Now, I don't know how accurate this is. Maybe this is just an estimate, but a few outlets, news outlets have given this March date as likely to be the date when this passes. Now, is there a chance that this will eventually not happen? Yes. It could happen that, first of all, it could happen that whatever they announced last year doesn't happen exactly as announced and they do some changes in this process. That is somewhat likely. And another thing that could happen is that somebody sues the agency and the process gets stuck. And this is exactly what happened in 2020, I believe. It was the last time they attempted to increase the fees. Somebody sued and those fees didn't go up. So now USCIS is very adamant to increase the fees, and in some way it's necessary, because if they don't do it, what we are going to see is we're going to see the processing times going slower and slower. So if you want to know a little bit more about this increase in fees, I have 2 videos that I made last year. I'll leave them here as a link, also in the description below. You can really have a lot of detail there. If I can give you a 1 minute or less update, the fees are going to be very impactful for adjustment of status, particularly. For I-140, the increase is, at least the proposal is almost nothing, $700 going to $715. But for adjustment of status, especially for those who are interested in applying for a temporary EAD card and a temporary travel document, those fees are going up a lot. And you can know more by taking a look at these videos. And very soon I'll probably make another, at least one more, once we know that the approval is coming up. Don't panic with the approval. We will probably see a period of time where USCIS lets you file based on the old fees. So it's not going to happen overnight, most likely, but you should know that this is most likely happening in 2024. Now, let's go with more positive news. Number 2, processing times. And by processing times, I don't mean Visa Bulletin. I mean USCIS taking their time to review and take a decision on a case. What we have been seeing, and I like to see at longer trends, not just what happens from month to month, but if we go from 2022 to recently, we saw how processing times for I-140 in this case, they were reduced by half, okay? This is a trend that we continue to see, and anecdotally, I can tell you that I'm seeing clients or people that just write me emails about their process, and we're seeing approvals in 3 or 4 months. That's without premium processing. Good news that we had last year was that premium processing is now a thing for NIW. It was already a thing for EB1A, but now we are seeing that they are being faster in regular processing. This particular example is for NIW, for I-140, but we are seeing it across the board. EB1A is generally slower than NIW, but it's taking few months to really be able to know if they want us to send more information on RFE, if they approved us, or what happened. So this is a good trend that I do expect to continue unless something major happens, okay? I'm not talking about a situation where we see COVID again or something crazy and totally abnormal happening. Number 3, the negative side of the wait times, and that is Visa Bulletin, is something that the agency doesn't really control. Is coming from these limits that Congress imposes on the number of green cards that they can issue each year. For employment base, that's about 140,000. And USCIS just deals with that. They cannot do anything about it. So the Visa Bulletin is the publication where they let you know what is the estimate of time to completion of your process, if you want to call it like that. Right? So what is my perspective about the Visa Bulletin? And I know that this is something that people love to hear about. I don't give predictions. I don't know what is going to happen exactly, but in my opinion, it's hard to see the Visa Bulletin clearing up anytime soon. If we talk about EB2, EB2 NIW, we now are living through times of wait. We were used to having no wait time, and I don't think that's going to go back to current, okay? In fact, here I bring you the data from January 2022, where we started seeing EB2, and I'm talking now about EB2 not being current, and quickly the situation in terms of number of months to be current, the situation quickly deteriorated until we reached April, May, and then we saw the situation pretty much stagnant, okay? Not a lot of changes. In October, the new fiscal year started. That caused a little bit of relief, but the situation is still not good. Now, what we saw in January is that we saw a big change for the better. We saw the number of months of wait time going down as a result of moving from one quarter to another quarter. So I do expect that is going to continue. So this year we're going to see more changes in the change of quarter, but also keep in mind that as we move along in the year, in the fiscal year that started in October, the visa numbers are going to get used, and USCIS will probably tell us to start using table A instead of table B for adjustment of status. So the situation will I don't think the situation is going to correct within a year. Why also I'm saying this? Because the demand is still high, okay? Employment-based demand is high. If we were hoping for the Visa Bulletin to go back to current and the demand is still high, that would mean that we would need a change in law, Congress taking action, and that is absolutely, in my opinion, unlikely, because we are in a year where we are going to have elections in the US, and it's very, very unlikely that Republicans and Democrats come together for immigration reform. That is something that almost never happens, and even less in a year like this one, where they are going to go to the polls in November to elect a new president. But going back to the demand in the last 10 years have steadily increased and it remains high across the board. In yellow, we have the totals. In green, we have EB1 here and EB2 down here. And we see that the trend has been going up and maybe staying high in the recent years. So no indication that the demand is going down. Without policy change, we cannot expect that the Visa Bulletin is going to change significantly. If we talk about India specifically, which is a country that brings a lot of demand, even though they have a lot of wait time, now including in EB1, we are seeing that the demand for green cards is still very high. By the way, the chart you have here, I'll leave a link below, and this is the I-140 petitions that have been approved, denied, and pending. So that gives you a good sense of what people want. Do they stop applying because there's this backlog? No, not even Indian applicants are stopping. What I do expect from Indians is that the EB1 backlog will reduce a little bit, probably. That's what we're seeing in the Visa Bulletin, but that's on my watch list. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure. What I'm saying is I will keep an eye on India EB1, and I will hope for all of you Indians out there, I will hope that EB1 goes back in track, and at least EB1 is a category where Indians can apply without waiting a whole life for their visa number. Number 4, a few trends. This is just going to be a quick update on what I expect for 2024. A common question that I receive a lot is, what is the best time to start your petition? And the answer is now. Now is the best time. Why? Because we just saw that demand continues to be high. Visa numbers are fixed. That's not going to change. So the Visa Bulletin is not going to get better. The best strategy for you is to finish your application package, put it all together, submit it, and that's where you will get your place in line. Okay, if there's a virtual line of people waiting for a green card, that's when you submit your I-140. That's when you put yourself in that line and you start waiting in that line for your green card. So best time now. Another trend that I will that I have observed already and that I think is going to keep happening is that big tech, the Googles, the Facebooks, I was going to say Twitter, I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe it's no longer big tech, but those kind of companies, they have started to support their employees in getting their self-sponsor green card, for example, NIW or EB1A. Why? Because there was a lawsuit that they lost, and they had a lot of issues with the agency in other categories that are not NIW or EB1A. So now their strategy is, let's support our employees so they get the green card through this avenue. And that's going to impact what we talked earlier. Maybe demand is going to go high because a lot of people will get their immigration attorneys paid by Facebook or whoever, or they will get money to fund their immigration case. And that's just not going to be great for everyone else, okay? So keep an eye on that as well. Another one, artificial intelligence. We have been hearing a lot about AI, and I have seen more and more applicants using AI, ChatGPT particularly, to write their petitions. Probably lawyers are using it too. I think new products are going to come out specific for immigration, but my word of caution is don't trust AI fully, okay? Use AI smartly. Use it to correct things, use it to give you suggestions, but don't think that in the very short term, and I'm talking 2024, don't think that a company will come and will give you an AI product that will write everything for you. Maybe you will get something that help you a little bit with the process, but don't trust it blindly. I have seen many, many petitions this year because I do express reviews, and I can tell you that in 5 minutes, I know if a petition was written by ChatGPT. and it doesn't give very good impressions, okay? When you read the same words being repeated over and over, the same empty language with a lot of superlatives, adjectives, and it's just not great. So don't let AI drive your petition. You drive the petition, and maybe you use AI to help you with that. Another word of caution: with more demand, not demand, with more demand, more scams and shady businesses will start. I made a video recently, I'll leave a link right here, where I talked about how there are a lot of so-called professionals, and you may say, Oscar, you're one of them. Fine, but at least you know me. I talk every week here openly. You can challenge me in the comments. You know who I am. I have my approval on my website. You can see clearly who the hell Oscar is. But the problem is that there's a lot of people going on Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram. You don't really know who they are, and they are giving advice. They are not lawyers, and it's never good to pose as a lawyer, or at least pose as someone that will give you legal advice when you don't have any education on that, when you don't have preparation. In some cases, I've seen people that they haven't even gotten their approval and they are charging others for advice. So it's up to you what you do. My advice, now I'm doing the same thing. My advice to whoever wants to hear it, and this free advice, really vet the people that you listen to, okay? Number 5, the one I like the most, last item on my list, is our community. And when I look back at 2023, it's crazy. It's crazy good what we accomplished here. We started with, we started 1 year ago. I mean, we started earlier, but 1 year ago, we had a YouTube channel, this channel, that had 35 videos, 8 shorts, and a little bit over 1,000 subscribers. Do you want to see where we are now? It's scary. We are now at more than 100 videos. We have 60 shorts, a lot of shorts. This was the year of the short, okay? I made a lot of shorts. I like them. And we are now in 8,400 subscribers, and I've even done one live session openly here in YouTube. This is amazing, and I wanted to really thank all of you, because it's, I mean, I don't know how I would have done it without your support, okay? But that's not all. Recently, I started a new YouTube channel. This is only in Spanish, and we already have, I think, more than 700 subscribers. We have a ton of videos already, and I will continue doing both, even though you know that I do a lot of paid services and products. YouTube will continue to be there in 2024. This is something that I love doing. I love reading your comments, and I will continue to learn with you. Last year, I only had one website, that was EB2NIW.info. In this year, we now have 2 more websites. We have EB2NIW.info. I keep writing blog posts there that are completely for free for you. Now I have a website in Spanish, EB2NIW/Español, Español without ñ, and .info, sorry. And then we have the EB1A website, EB1GreenCard.info. In those websites, you can find a lot of free information. You can also have my paid sample petitions. You can get to my review services where we can meet each other, and especially my online courses, which I created. This is crazy. I created them in 2023. I have now a lot of people in the courses, people that I have met, some of them, people that I don't know, some of others. But I do believe that these 2 courses, EB1A and EB2NIW, are the best resource out there if you want to do it yourself, DIY. So you can go to these 2 websites, depending on what petition you're looking for, and you will find courses that are fully structured, 6 to 8 hours of video lessons. The one for NIW is also in Spanish. You can submit questions in each lesson. You can download all the sample materials that I sell on my website. They are all included. You don't have to pay anything else for them. They are included in the course. And for NIW, I have started doing something that I love, that is monthly live sessions exclusive to members. Okay, so I do live sessions where I meet face to face with all of you who want to show up, who are part of my course. and you can ask any questions. I also give special lectures on those live sessions, and I really, really enjoy it. So I couldn't ask for more this year. This year was fantastic, and what is coming in 2024? Well, it's hard to say because looking back, I didn't imagine that this was going to happen, all of this. But I do want to really keep strengthening the courses. I want to keep making them better. This year, I not only created them, but I expanded. So now the courses cover everything from I-140 to adjustment of status or consular processing. I may bring the live sessions to EB1 as well. I think those guys also deserve live sessions. And in terms of value that I give to people that come to my websites or to this channel, I do want to keep strengthening the review sessions. I do paid review sessions with people where I review the petitions. I want to have more slots in this year, and maybe I will need some help, and that is something that I do consider thinking about for this 2024. But whatever I do, this Oscar's green card adventure will remain a very boutique, do-it-yourself kind of business where one of you will help one of you. So you will not find full-on super professional. I mean, it is very professional, but you know what I mean. Super distant. I don't want distance. I want whatever I commit to do. I want to do it very, very closely, where I meet with you guys, where I interact with you, where I am the one that replies all the comments. I am the one that handles all the social media. So also be patient because this is a boutique show, if you want to call it like that. What other things I plan on doing? Well, I have started doing these courses in 2023. Maybe in 2024 we'll do live courses where we have maybe a few weekends where we meet. Those course members will meet live with me, maybe with me and with someone else, and we talk about all the things we talk in the courses that I already have, but we do it live, and that allows for a lot more interaction. So what are you expecting for 2024 in terms of green card? Do you expect the Visa Bulletin to change a lot? Do you expect to USCIS for USCIS to be faster, slower? What do you expect me to do? What do you want me to do? I always like hearing from you as well. So if you haven't received that approval yet, I do hope 2024 is your year. I do wish you the best, not only in terms of green card, but in terms of everything. And I will see you in 2024 here, same place, more or less same time, every week. And thank you, as always, for your support. Thank you.